So today we're going to be doing something a little different. Recently Nintendo announced that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was getting DLC. I thought it would be fun to predict all the tracks that I think will be coming over. I think that a lot of Mario Kart Tour tracks are going to be coming over. I believe half of the tracks that have already been announced are from Tour, so I think it's likely that they'll mainly be sticking to those tracks. It looks like the DLC is going to be in the Tour engine, which is kind of but it is what it is. But before I get to the predictions, let's go over the tracks that have already been confirmed for the DLC. First up is the Golden Dash Cup. The tracks are Tour's Paris Promenade, 7's Toad Circuit, N64's Choco Mountain, and Wii's Coconut Mall. Paris Promenade and Toad Circuit are a little basic, not my favorites, but you know, maybe they can do something new with them to spice them up a little, give them some Mario Kart 8 flavor. Choco Mountain. That one is a really great course too. I really like that one, especially the Tour remake. They added a cave and a gliding section, so I think this one was worthy of coming back. Coconut Mall, that's an absolute classic. I loved it on the Wii, I loved it in 7, and now I'm glad that it's going to make a comeback in Mario Kart 8. It does look a little bit more basic than I would have liked, but you know, maybe they'll spruce it up before it comes out. Next is the Lucky Cat Cup. We have Tour's Ninja Highway, DS Shroom Ridge, GBA Sky Garden, and Tour's Ninja Highway, Tokyo Blur. A little short, but still a fun one, and one that I can honestly say I'm not surprised that they're bringing this one back. Now, Shroom Ridge and GBA Sky Garden are some of the tracks that I really wanted to come back the most. Sky Garden was remade in Mario Kart DS, but I'm really happy with the remake. It just came out in Tour a couple of days ago, and I really enjoy it. I'm glad to see it come to Mario Kart 8. And Shroom Ridge, I mean, sure it's a little basic, but that was always one of my favorites from Mario Kart DS. Tour's Ninja Highway, I never got to play when it was around, unfortunately. It looks like a really fun track. I've been watching some gameplay of it just to see what it's like, and it looks like it's really fun, so I'm happy that's here too. So that's all that's been confirmed so far. From here on out, these are going to be my predictions on what's coming. Starting off, we have the Turnip Cup. I'm predicting 7's Daisy Hills, SNES Mario Circuit Free, Vancouver Velocity from Tour, and GCN's Wario Coliseum. Now Daisy Hills and SNES Mario Circuit Free, I don't have much to say about. They're already in Tour, they're already pretty fun. I think it's likely that they'll make it in. Now, Vancouver Velocity, I don't think they'll change much, but I really like this one. It had all the beautiful lights and a really interesting layout. It's one of my favorite Tour tracks, so I'd be really happy if this one was in the game. And Wario Coliseum, man, they just have not remade this one, and it makes me so sad, so I'm really hoping they'll remake it this time. I'd love it if like the whole track was in anti-gravity and just twisted all around, and we need more Wario tracks in the game, let's admit it. Next is the Propeller Mushroom Cup. I'm predicting N64's Frappe Snowland, GBA's Cheep-Cheep Beach, GameCube's Bowser's Castle, and DS Rainbow Road. So N64 Frappe Snowland and GBA Cheep-Cheep Beach, those are already in Tour. I think they're likely candidates. I'd love it if they kept all the additions that they added in Tour, like I know in Frappe Snowland there's a little gliding section that they added in, and Cheep-Cheep Beach is just a really beautiful course, and I really hope that it looks the same as it does in Tour. But yeah, I think those are pretty likely picks. You may have noticed that I put a Bowser's Castle and a Rainbow Road track this early on. What I'm thinking is that they're gonna add a Bowser's Castle track and a Rainbow Road track for every 4 cups. I mean, that's how it's always been done in Mario Kart. That might not be what they do, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm predicting. GameCube Bowser Castle, this is a really fun one. I'd love it if they just made the turns a little bit more accessible, because obviously we don't have the same loose controls as Double Dash. Yeah, I think other than that, that track is a shoo-in. And DS Rainbow Road, this is one that I am really rooting for. I grew up playing this Rainbow Road, it's one of my favorites. I think it's very likely. They already have a loop and a corkscrew in there. I think it would translate easily into anti-gravity. DS Rainbow Road was the first track to let you go upside down, so I think it'd be nice if Mario Kart 8 paid homage to that track. After that is the Rock Mushroom Cup. I'm predicting Wii's Toad Factory, Tour's LA Laps, DS Yoshi Falls, and 7's Rock Mountain. I'd really like to see Wii's Toad Factory return. I think that would make a great addition to Mario Kart 8. Imagine if the conveyor belt section was kind of like the conveyor belt section from, say, Big Blue, where it's twisting all around. I think that would be really cool if they did something like that in Anti-Gravity. As long as they keep that awesome music in from the original, I think it'll be a good track. LA Laps is one that I just recently tried. It's a fun time. I really like that it has a lot of branching paths, and the music is really good too, so I think that would be a great track to add. DS Yoshi Falls is one that hasn't been around since Mario Kart Wii. Obviously it's a little simple, it's really short, and there's not much they have to work with, but it's another really solid track and I'd love to see it return. And 7's Rock Mountain. If they don't add Rock Mountain in the Rock Mushroom Cup, then I don't know what to think. I mean, there's really no other way to do it. I'd really like it if the part where you go up the mountain, towards the end, before the finish line, I'd love it if that section was anti-gravity maybe. I think that would really fit in with Mario Kart 8. Other than that, the track is phenomenal and would make a great addition. Moving on, we have the Power Moon Cup. I'm predicting Double Dash's Dino Jungle, N64's Koopa Beach, Wii's Mushroom Gorge, and Tour's London Loop. Dino Jungle is a really fun track. I really like the changes they made at Mario Kart 7, the gliding section, and all the little extra shortcuts they put in there. I'd love it if they just used that version, because that version was already pretty great. N64's Koopa Beach, again, just use the Mario Kart 7 version and I think will be good. Mushroom Gorge was recently added to Mario Kart Tour and they did a phenomenal job there. The graphics, I'd argue, or just the overall design of it is, honestly, I think the best it's ever been. As long as they keep in that little gliding mushroom and everything else that they changed, I think it'll be a perfect track. And Tour's London Loop is one that I haven't played for some time, but I do remember really enjoying it when it was around. I remember there being a chain chomp and basically driving through the streets of London, and I think it'd be a really cool track to add. Next on this list is the Berry Cup. I'm predicting SNES Choco Island 1, 7's Woohoo Loop, Tour's Singapore Speedway, and Wii's Maple Treeway. SNES Choco Island 1 hasn't ever been remade in the mainline Mario Kart, just in Tour, so I think it's likely that it will return. 7's Woohoo Loop is just an amazing course. You drive through Woohoo Island, and it's just a great time, You go along the path and past the cars, through the ruins. It's a whole adventure. And I believe that this track actually follows one of the same routes from Wii Fit, from the running minigame, I believe. But I think it's likely that it'll return. Singapore Speedway is another one that I can't say I've played myself, so I can't really critique it that much, or say what I think should be added, but just looking at some footage of it, it looks like it's fun enough, and I think it'll be a good track. And Wii's Maple Treeway, oh, this is one of my all-time favorites. I remember growing up playing that track on the Wii, and it's always just so creative to me. This track was brought to Tour not too long ago, and I think they did a phenomenal job there. They made a few changes, mainly in the graphical department. It's relatively the same, and I honestly think that it would fit in well with Mario Kart 8. Following that is the Boomerang Flower Cup. I'm predicting DS Delfino Square, Tour's Berlin Byways, Game Boy Advance Bowser's Castle 4, and Double Dash's Rainbow Road. DS Delfino Square is just one of my favorites. I know I'm saying that about a lot of these tracks, but this one really hits home for me. There's honestly not much that I want to see changed. I mean, it's already perfect. Maybe they could make the jump at the end across the bridge a little bigger, but other than that, it's already perfect. And it reminds me a lot of Paris Promenade, but unique in its own ways. And I really liked it in the Tour when I tried it a few months ago, and I think it'll be a great course. GBA Bowser Castle 4 is the last Game Boy Advance Bowser Castle to be remade. Every other one has been remade up until this point, not even in Tour right now, so I think it's likely that now's his chance. And Double Dash's Rainbow Road, one of my favorites. I really like this one. I think that it's very likely that I'll get in. If they could add some anti-gravity in there, that would be really cool, and maybe this time we could be above, say, Neo Bowser City. I think that would be a really cool touch. Next is the Feather Cup. I'm predicting Wii's Luigi Circuit, GCN's Peach Beach, N64's DK Jungle Parkway, and 7's Maka Woohoo. Luigi Circuit is a really solid track. It's really basic, it's just a little loop. But apparently it's also one of the hardest Mario Kart Wii tracks of all time. I mean, what's up with that? I think that'll be a fun track if it returns. Peach Beach is another one that hasn't been around in a while, and I'd love to see it come back. One thing that I'd like to see changed is that if you could drive underwater. Normally the water's a hassle and you have to try and go around it with the tide moving, but imagine if there was like another track down there, or like ramps you could trick off of, or something like that. I think that'd be really cool. Or maybe they could have it so that you could only go down there on one or two of the laps with the tide changing. I think that would be a really cool idea. N64's DK Jungle Parkway is another one that I really enjoy. It hasn't been around since Mario Kart Wii, so I think now's its time to come back. There isn't anything that I would want them to change with this one. It's already really good. And 7's Maka Woohoo. I think it would be really weird if they included one of the Wii Fit tracks and not the other, so I think it's likely that this one will return. Again, there's not much I want to see changed. I mean, this track's already amazing with its even crazier track design and that huge glide at the end. It's all really magical. I think it would be great if they ended a cup with that track. There's really no other track quite like it. After that is the Double Cherry Cup. I'm predicting GBA's Sunset Wild, SNES Vanilla Lake 2, Tour's New York Minute, and DS Waluigi Pinball. Sunset Wild is one that came out in Tour not too long ago, and it's really fun there. I think it would be really cool if they kept in that mechanic where the time of day changes on each lap. Like on the first lap, it's sunset, but then by the third lap, it's the middle of the night. I think that would be a really cool thing to keep. Other than that, I think it would be a great choice. SNES Vanilla Lake 2 isn't the most exciting choice, I know, but I think it's likely it'll come back. It's one of the only Super Mario Kart themes that hasn't ever been remade, except for Tour, of course, because Tour remakes everything. I'd like it if they made this version actually playable, because I know in the Super Nintendo version, this track was incredibly difficult. I know I'm not a big fan of it, but I think that if they made it a little bit easier, then this track would be a little bit more fun. Tour's New York Minute is one of the oldest Mario Kart Tour tracks. I remember when this came out, everybody was playing it. Those were good times. It's honestly been so long since I played it that I don't even remember quite what it was like. I remember a little park and driving through the city, tricking off some trucks or something like that. If they just keep it the way I remember it, then I think it'll be a good time. And Waluigi Pinball. By far, one of the best tracks in Mario Kart history. Probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. This track is the definition of perfection. There's nothing they can do to make it better. As long as they keep in the custom sound effects and the lights everywhere and the pinballs knocking everybody around, I think that this track would be a great one to have. Next is the Super Acorn Cup. I'm predicting Tour's Merry Mountain, GBA's Boo Lake, DS Airship Fortress, and GameCube's DK Mountain. Merry Mountain is one of the more intricate Tour tracks, and is one that I would love to see return. I remember it has you going up a mountain, and riding on top of train tracks, and there's a huge jump at the end. I think it would be a really fun one, especially near the end of this list. GBA Boo Lake is another one that I think would be really exciting. You don't see too many ghost-themed tracks in Mario Kart these days, and so I think it would make sense for this one to come back. DS Airship Fortress is another one of my favorites. The Tour version is okay. I prefer how the original looks, with the purple skies and all, but the Tour version's fine. There isn't much that I would want to see changed, seeing as it is one of the best. And probably my favorite GameCube track, DK Mountain. I cannot express how much I want this track in Mario Kart 8 enough. I just want to play it again so bad, and I wanted to see it remade with anti-gravity, and I just think it would be so cool. Actually, I think it would be more fun without anti-gravity. We don't need gravity pulling us to the track. It would be more fun if gravity pulled us down the mountain like in the original. Again, this is one of those tracks where it's already perfect. They don't need to change anything. I just hope that if they do end up remaking this one, it's as fun as the original, because the original was hella fun. And finally, we have the Blue Shell Cup. I'm predicting N64's Wario Stadium, Tour's Sydney Sprint, Wii's Bowser Castle, and 7's Rainbow Road. N64 Wario Stadium is the last N64 track that needs to be remade. All the other ones have been remade in past Mario Karts before. This is the last one that needs to be remade. Come on, Nintendo. This is a great track and I think it would fit in well. Every time I played in Mario Kart 64, I want to trek off all the ramps, but obviously I can't. I think it would be so cool getting in all that airtime, and maybe that huge jump at the end could be a gliding section. There's so much potential for a remake of this track. Sydney Sprint is another one that I'm pretty unfamiliar with. I think I might have played it once or twice back in the day, but I really can't remember. But it looks fun enough. I mean, who doesn't love good old Australia? G'day, mate. Leave Bowser's Castle has to be my favorite Bowser's Castle track of all time. I mean, you really can't go wrong with all those tight turns, the giant Bowser throwing fire at you, and that awesome music. The only problem I could see in bringing this track back is that it did use the half-pipe mechanic from Mario Kart Wii. Unfortunately, Mario Kart 8 doesn't have the half-pipe mechanic, so it's hard to tell if they'll be able to bring some tracks back or not. I think that there will be a workaround maybe, like we've seen in Mario Kart Tour some tracks, but who knows. Either way, I really hope that this one makes it because this is a really awesome track. And to finish off Mario Kart 8, we have 7's Rainbow Road. I think this one is a shoo-in, honestly. It's already been remade in Tour and is a favorite for many people. For me, it's not quite my favorite. It's definitely up there, but it doesn't compare to, say, Wii's or Double Dash for me. However, I do find this one really special. I think it would be really special ending Mario Kart 8 on such a special track. Free laps, all that great music, the atmosphere. I'd love it if they made that moon section anti-gravity. But other than that, this track is just really great, and I think it would be the perfect way to end Mario Kart 8. So that is my prediction for the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pack. I really hope you enjoyed this prediction. I probably got a lot of tracks wrong. I mean, that's how it goes with predictions. You get some right, you get some wrong. That's just how it works. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. And hey, this video is pretty good too, you should watch this one. Now, the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pack comes out soon, so I gotta get back to practicing. I'm gonna destroy all you guys in online matches. Goodbye, everybody.